Hey everyone, welcome back. I am back today, and I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but I am back today with the RWBY Volume 8 soundtrack, you guys. It finally dropped. It came out. I'm so excited it came out as I'm filming this a few days ago. I'm so pleased, and I cannot wait to get into it. I will briefly just kind of get into like the background around this for me and kind of where I'm at. But first, I just want to say if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. And if you are joining me on those YouTubes, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So for those of you who maybe the last thing you remember from me is the end of volume 8. I'm okay. I'm here. I made it barely. I barely survived that one. Oh my God. It is interesting though, because this is going to be the first soundtrack that I'm not listening to like immediately after finishing the volume. So I've had a lot of time now to really just kind of process everything that happened. And in a way, I'm glad that it worked out in this particular way, because I was not in a good place when we finished volume 8. Like, I needed some time after volume 8. It really, you would think that Penny having died once would have eased that particular scene for me, and I don't know why, but it really was honestly the hardest one that I've ever had to do. Reaction, like hardest episode to get through in terms of like myself and my emotions and just like losing it. It was crazy. But I loved the volume. I think it's one of those volumes that you almost need to be able to go to such an insanely low depth, like where we've been, to really appreciate all of the other things on the show. And most of all, I think just the relentless hope that our characters provide. I'm gonna tear up just the it's not a good sign if I'm tearing up before the reaction. That is not a good sign. But I really appreciate that we did so much exploring of a lot of different characters. We had a lot happen. I mean, it just felt like we were just like here for like the whole volume. And the first half of the volume, I remember you guys telling me, was the tame half. And it's crazy to think that like, you know, even those first few episodes, I could tell like the tone was going to be so shifted from even like, I mean, I wouldn't say, I think that after volume 3, I think we had a good amount, like a fair amount of drama here and there, like ever since. But there was just something about volume 8 that it just felt like, it felt like as soon as we started it, there was a definite like shift even further into that. I think you guys know what I mean. But yeah, guys, we had a lot happen in volume 8. It's actually my first time kind of like really sitting down and unpacking it and talking about it since the end of volume 8 when I reacted to it. So I think it will be interesting kind of reliving the season by means of the soundtrack. I do have a few things I want to say, just before we really get into it. And that's that, first of all, you guys know, whenever I get something RWBY related, I have to show it off. And I know this is an interesting choice considering I was pretty upset with Neo for a little bit at the end of the last volume, but time has eased that a little bit. I have a feeling that she's going to end up, this could be a stretch, but I just get this feeling that if, like, assuming that everyone is all in one piece, like she's in one piece as well, like no pun intended, because of the whole like glass shattering thing that she can do, but I have a feeling she'll end up working with our crew. So I'm okay with Neo now, but I got this adorable Neo hoodie, this little like windbreaker from the Rooster Teeth store for Christmas. It has a little Neapolitan ice cream cone on the zipper. It's so cute. I love it. And I had to wear it for this reaction because it's new and it's RWBY related. So I had to wear it for this reaction. I am so happy that the soundtrack is finally out. Huge thanks, of course, to Jeff and the crew who always work so hard to bring us these amazing soundtracks. Huge thanks to Sirs and Madams for working so hard on the lyric videos. I do have a playlist that has been assembled for me today, as well as notes, thanks to Tyler. I do think that some of it looks like, I'm looking at the playlist, and it looks like, most of them are all the Sirs and Madams ones, but there are a few that are not. So I'm not sure. Like, I think that some of them have like art on them. So, but I know that Sirs and Madams was working super hard on getting all the lyric videos done. And so I wanted to mention them. And also Tyler putting all of this together. The playlist and the notes and everything. So, also I had an incident with my earbuds, the incident being that they are not working anymore and I have no idea why. So, we are going to be checking out these lovely, I got these for Christmas as well. They're super cute. They're kitty headphones, and I was going to save them for, I'm hoping to start gaming reactions. I was going to save them for that, but they are coming out today. And you know what, guys? I can't think of a better time to bring them out because they do have some very really good sound. So they are going to be really good for a music reaction. So just in case you guys are wondering why all of a sudden I have cat ears. Honestly, if you've been watching me for a while, it should not surprise you if I just pop up with cat ears one day. But in case it's jarring for anyone, that's where the cat ears came from. And now they just turned off. No, don't do that. All right, I'll turn them back on. Don't worry. So yeah, guys, volume 8, I think, was our most earth-shattering to date. I'm really looking forward to getting to hear all the songs in depth. I've already heard the theme, obviously, in the episodes, and I did actually do a standalone reaction to Friend, which you can also see on my channel and Patreon. It was rough, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I just have a feeling it's not going to get much better, like, on a second viewing. I don't think it's going to be any less emotional, but I honestly have no idea. At this rate, I just might not have any tears left. So, we're about to find out, guys. What do you say we go ahead and we jump right into the Volume 8 RWBY soundtrack? Let's go. Oh my God. Sound is so good. And this song is so good. You know what? That line just really hits hard. This sums up the situation so well. That certainly is how it was feeling, I'll tell you what. That line, hope has no place here. It hurts. They gave us everything that was going to happen right in these lyrics, I'll tell you what. I don't know why this is hitting me so hard right now. There's so much just predicted in here. It's crazy. I never realized. It's kind of the bleak reality of what happened. Right. After all of that, sometimes it's still worth it to just do it anyway. Here we go. This is the part I have not heard. Right. It's everything we did. Yep. We really did everything we could. God. Bleak, 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 guys. Strength's not victory. That's a great line right there. But this is not the end of the tale. Collapse in the void. They gave us everything. They gave us the whole plot. Oh, God. Fine. Everything that happened. They did. Yup. Right. Risk the fall. Yes. For all we still have to fight for. I'm loving the interlude. Oh my God. This song is so good though. It's like everything that we were afraid of came to pass. Oh yes, guitar interlude. Here we go, you guys. Here we go. I'm here for it. I'll tell you what. First of all, like the lyrics are like scary accurate to like so many things that happen. Without like giving it away exactly, knowing what's going to happen, you could be like, wow, it was all in there. But also, I love how like we can have these bleak lyrics and it's like sometimes it's still worth it. Maybe it was just a childish dream. We're gonna do it anyway. Oh, the rose line. We've lost so much, you guys. We've given up a lot. I'll tell you what. This is our low point. This was our low point. But it's worth it all. If anyone could be saved, I know we were in big trouble at the end of the volume there. Oh my God. Guys, hang on. It's just try to start the next one. So I do have notes to consult. I gotta tell you, just even hearing this song, it's such an amazing song. It's such a banger. And it really does just put me back in that place where like feeling like nervous and scared for what is coming. It's pretty amazing to me how many things were spot on in the lyrics. I love the way they did that because when you know everything that's happened, it's crazy accurate. I also love that no matter, and that's one of the things I love about the show, is like this was definitely our lowest point in the series. And we could stand here and sing about how some wars just don't end in peace, some evil never dies. Sometimes things just don't have a happy ending. And has that stopped any of us? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that just like, it's such an amazing dichotomy of feelings because on the one hand, hearing the song puts me right back to like feeling on edge. But at the same time, the show never, ever, ever has left me feeling like there isn't hope for what's coming, no matter how much we've lost. And I think that's really incredible. So let's consult the notes real quick. Intro song Volume 8 is an overall look at the tone of the volume. Despite their best efforts, the heroes are destined to fail. There's some major foreshadowing in these lyrics as well. It refers to the fate of Team RWBY. Yes, there most definitely is. At the end of the volume, when they all fall, that's right, they mentioned the fall into the mysterious void, while their plans to help save everyone in Atlas all crumble around them, and there's nothing they can do about it. Again, I'm just going to leave that track by saying that it's just amazing to me that nothing, falling into a massive void apparently cannot even stop our crew. because there's still that. I don't know what the circumstances are. We have no idea. I have not seen, I know that there's like a trailer going around that's like the first minute of the new volume. I have not seen that, but as far as I know, there's like no details of where they landed, but I believe that like they still won't stop. They won't stop trying. They won't give up. All right, next one's called The Sky is Falling. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, I recognize this. I know these were, I think pretty much all of them were played during the volume. So good. Doesn't it just like get you going? I'm just closing the ad. Doesn't it just like get you going though? Yep. Oh, they do such a good job putting you on edge. Yeah. Oh, I love the way that like descended like that. Oh. It just, ooh, Sky is Falling. Another song that just really well sums up the bleak atmosphere. Oh, and it's another kind of, I'm seeing the metaphor. It's such a good, like, it gets you going, but the lyrics are so bleak too. Ooh. No, it's, oh, I'm wondering what this is about. Because I'm almost wondering too if this is about some of the, ooh. I could almost see this being about like some of the torture. Oh. Like the people who have been transformed into Grimm. Oh man, guys. Another one just perfectly summing up like some of the terror. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? I love when the music like fall. Oh man. Wow. Oh. You feel the emotion. That line, that line right there at the end, does that not sum up so much of what we're all feeling post Volume 8? Oh man, I'm so glad we got another rap interlude. I live for those. Oh my god. I love how like through Casey singing, through the guitar, through the rap, you could feel just like the terror. I don't know, like it comes, even the guitar like falling like that, it's like coming through. Oh my god, such a good one. It's a very like get up and go, but it's also does its job of like showing you stuff is, we're in trouble. All right, before we get into the next one, as you guys know, I have my notes to consult. Okay, this plays in chapter 4 during the bike chase scene when Yang, John, and Ren are trying to save Oscar from the Hound. I knew I recognized it. The title is possibly referring to the fate of Atlas falling from the sky at the end of the volume, and the line, "The floodgates open," could also be a reference to the city completely submerging in the final shot. Yes, it's true. There's a lot of similarities in subject matter between For Every Life and this one, but seems to be more focused on the inner thoughts of the heroes and the pressure they are feeling from all sides to get the job done while the world continues to fall apart around them. And there's not a clear path path forward that any of them can see with an enemy that cannot be destroyed. I find the "I need therapy" line particularly amusing, as it's been a running gag in the show since volume 3. That's so funny. And let's face it, everyone needed some after the ending of this volume. You guys, I can't think of a better line. I had no idea that was like a running gag, but I can't think of a better line to just sum up like where I was at the end of that volume. And I think where we were all at the end of that volume. Wow, guys. So for a second, when they were talking about just like the sheer, utter misery, I was like, oh, I kind of was getting vibes about the kind of pain that those with the silver eyes who were turned into Grimm must have felt. I don't know why that kind of like flashed in my mind for a second, but I think that this is correct, that it was overall supposed to just kind of sum up where all our heroes were at. And it does kind of, I think, take that idea from the opening title and just take it a little bit further, of like just to kind of really get you in that like state of like agitation, you know, with like the high, like fast-paced guitars and everything. Oh, I love it. And just musically, I absolutely loved it. Like, they always kill with the music, but I just have to say, like, musically, I just so appreciate how the music follows the tone of the song and the lyrics of the song so well. So, all right, guys, I think I know what the inspiration for this next one is. It is called "Be Strong and Hit Stuff," and I think it's going to be a winner. I think I've already heard it in the show, but I know it's the full version. It's going to be a winner. Let's go. Already loving, like, listen to the bass, though. Here we go. Get rid of the little ad. It's not letting me get rid of the ad. You know what? I am just going to get rid of the ad first, because the ad is going to bother me. I don't know how to get rid of the ad. It's not. Oops. Now it's just taking me to the ad. All right, we'll just start that one over because the ad was bothering me, and it would have really taken my attention off of the lyrics. So we'll just try it again. I'm loving. And, oh my God, I just live for the vocals, guys. I live for them.
No one's gonna break your heart but you. No one in this world is ever gonna have the strength it takes, the force to make the proudest take you down. Ain't nobody doubting you but you. Ain't nobody who don't believe in your greatness. We see what your fate is on your way. It's just your demon tomorrow.
So a little bit more of an uplifting one. I love these lyrics. I love that after the two really bleak ones, we're getting an uplifting one about be strong and hit stuff. So I'm getting just kind of like the vibes of like believing in yourself and like leaving the past behind, and I love that we're getting a more uplifting one after the last two. Oh, I love these lyrics. That's so true. Right. Yep. We let those voices in of right. I cannot with how spot on these lyrics are. I just think that is such a profound message. I have a few theories on how exactly it pertains to the show, like specifically, but I'll probably wait for my notes because I'm not totally clear on it. But I love just the idea that we need to be good to ourselves, you know? Like all of that doubt, all of the like looking at what you're not. I just love that uplifting message. Aww. Right. I mean, a lot of our characters have gone through this kind of turmoil. Let's believe that, guys. We're gonna rise up from this.
It's okay. In time you will grow.
Right. You're where you're supposed to be at this instant. Like, don't sell yourself short. I love that. God, it's so nice to... I love that redemption is always like an option on the show, like we saw with Emerald, and I really believe with Neo too. Be strong and hit stuff. You know, I have a few theories on what exactly how it pertains to the volume, but I can think of a couple of different ways. Oh, now we're kind of getting into the... Oh, wow, guys. I love the way that ended with kind of the... Hang on, I was trying to play the next one. I love the way that ended, too, with kind of like... It kind of ended on a little bit more of like a dramatic note than I was expecting. Okay. Plays during Team Orange's and Winter's battle with Ironwood in Chapter 12. Lyrics are referring to Nora's self-doubt. I was going to say, like, it kind of reminds me of what we were going through with Nora. And the title in general reminds me of Nora. When she realizes she doesn't know who she is, and then she's told to try to do something only she can do without Ren. She asks, like, what? Be strong and hit stuff. You're made from all those scars, both physical and metaphorical, referring, oh, the scars she got as a result of her overcharging the door. Okay, there was a lot of subtlety in there. And also her emotional wounds that have helped her become stronger. It's okay, in time you'll grow, but that doesn't mean you're not already whole. As a flip on the line used throughout the volume, it's just a part of you that's first given to Nora to help with her identity after she later uses the same line to encourage Penny. I was just going to say, this reminds me of the pep talk she was giving Penny. To fight against the virus eating at her. Like, the title definitely reminded me of Nora because of the line, and I definitely see how it pertains to all of the issues she was going through, and the kind of the uplifting part of it kind of reminded me of the pep talk that she was giving to Penny to help her get through the virus. The point of view seems to be focused on everyone else trying to encourage her, and pointing out that everyone thinks very highly of her, and she is the only one doubting herself. That is so true. And I just love that we have, I know like where we landed at the end of the volume was very bleak, but I do love that like we're taking a song or two to focus on some of the really great stuff we did in this volume, because we had a lot of really great development, like getting to see Nora really like get in touch with herself, Ren expanding his semblance. You know, we did some like positive stuff here, and it just goes to show that like no situation is ever totally good or totally bad. You can have good come out of bad, and vice versa, you know. I love that. I really like that one. That's a good like. It's a good one to listen to, like, if you're having a bad day, for sure. All right. The next one I can see is really, really short. Let's see what it is. Called The Truth. Oh, piano.
Clean the
It's about Cinder.
sweep the floors, shut your mouth.
Listen to how she's enunciating. I love that.
Chores. Scrub the dishes in the sink. No one said that you should think. Shine the silver, wash the clothes, and when you're finished, darn the socks.
This is like her Cinderella life.
Slippers fill my glass and rub my feet.
Ugh.
Hurry up, you're so slow. You're no good. I hope you know that your life is of no use.
We're building up.
Is that no one's ever loved you?
God, I love where that ended. Oh, and then it just ends right there. Wow. Hang on, let's try to play the next one. So as you guys know, like I just had a lot of conflict over Cinder because her backstory was just hit so hard. Yet at the same time, like, it's so hard to like feel bad for Cinder in a way, like modern day Cinder, but watching her backstory was really tragic. And I personally love the way that song captured. I love the way that the music like matches the way it like builds up and then it like hits the high note and stops. Like it was just all she could take, you know? I love that. All right. This one actually plays the entire excerpt in the show proper. It's played during Cinder's montage working at the Glass Unicorn during her employment, is in quotes. And yes, that was definitely air quote worthy. Point of view seems to be from the madam and the stepsister. Cinder, as we know, is turned to quite a despicable villain in the show, but it should be noted, especially with the attitude presented in the song towards her, that she has never been shown any love or empathy in her whole life. So it should not be a shock at all that she is incapable of those traits in her own personality. I think that's a great point. I think that sums up what I was trying to say right there, is that it's so hard to like feel anything positive for Cinder, considering everything she's done on the show. But it is worth noting that, you know, so many of our characters have some, even with the most tragic backstories, have like someone who showed them some love, some caring, some empathy, some compassion, like just anything, you know. Some of them have had a lot more than others, but like they've had some love as like an anchor at some point in their lives. And to think that she never got that and was treated the way she was, I can never like get behind her, but I understand it, you know. I understand that she is like completely incapable of that on her own. So yeah, that was a good one. I love that one. All right, move on to the next one. The next one is called Treasure. Let's go.
Night and day I've waited for the moment when I'd see your face and feel you near.
Oh, we've got a sweet one.
All alone in crowded rooms I'm in, complete. My life is paused when you're not here.
I love just the sweet, calming
Though I
vibe.
walk this world, I am nowhere to be found.
That's profound. Oh, listen to the violin.
Every thought's of you, and for now you're not around.
Really covering like a big range here in this soundtrack.
But that's alright. I'll be just fine. I'm not concerned.
So pretty.
Sands of time.
Her voice
If
though.
forever comes and goes, I won't pay it no mind. 'Cause the treasure of my life is being by your side.
I'm getting the idea that this is like, is this a Ren and Nora song? But I could definitely see how it applies to like their situation too, that like the feeling incomplete but yet having to like be separated.
I spend dreaming that your voice will wake.
This is so sweet. These lyrics are like, I mean, the lyrics are always poetic. That's like, it goes without saying, but.
Lost, I wander with no place to go, just aimless till you reappear.
Oh, I love the, like the kind of chime in there.
You come in view, I keep watch with these sore eyes.
It's very romantic. I could see it applying to a few on our show.
Looking through the tears as the days creep slowly by.
So heartfelt.
But that's alright.
And then so we're kind of,
Just fine.
we're getting through it, you know?
Not concerned with sands of time. If forever comes and goes, I won't pay it no mind. 'Cause the
I know I
treasure
think I heard this on the show.
is being where you are.
Her
Nothing's
voice.
gonna shake my faith. I know you're coming back real soon to my embrace.
I like that, like, with all this going on, our home is still like together, you know what I mean? Still with each other.
I won't give up if I spend my life. I know
Such a pretty song.
that's alright. I'll be
Kind of about, I could kind of see it being about the fact that they kind of had to, they know that they love each other, but they're just not, for right now, like there's other stuff in their way and things that Nora has to find out about herself. But it's like, but that love just goes on, you know what I mean? Like, we might not be together right now, but we're together in here. Does that make sense? That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Okay, the next one's gonna be rough, guys. The next one's gonna be rough, but let's read our notes. Okay. Okay. There's going to be a ton of people using the song to further certain shipping attitudes, but it's been pointed out by people in close contact with Jeff that the lyrics here are ambiguous for a reason. The song plays during Team Ruby and Orange's reunion at the end of Chapter 10. The reason for this, there were plenty of character pairs with developed relationships that were split up for the first half of Volume 8. The lyrics, seem to be focused on people missing others that matter to them, but they have an inherent trust that no matter how bad things get, they will see each other again, and nothing matters to each of them more than being together and safe. I'm so glad it was, I was afraid I was missing something, because I did feel like it was, I felt like the Ren and Nora thing, but I love Ren and Nora, so maybe that's just me kind of reading my own stuff into it. But I do feel like you could apply it to like, some of it kind of reminded me of just a little bit of, I think the name of the song was Home, that like, when I'm with you, I'm at home. Kind of like no matter what is going on, when we reunite, like our home is where we are together. And that could apply to many different characters, many different ships, or even just the bond that we all have together as a team. So I'm glad that that was kind of supposed to be ambiguous, and I just think it's a beautiful song. But, I mean, the plus side of that is you could kind of use that for whoever you're shipping. You could use it for no ship. You could just use it for, you know, just the love that all of us have for one another that has been growing over these last 8 volumes. Or, you know, so I was so afraid that I was like for real missing like a totally obvious something or other. So, all right, guys, the next can I just copy and paste my reaction to the standalone song in here? Because I don't know if I could do this again. We're going to, though. It's going to be fine. We're going to get through it together like we always do.
Darkness like midnight, moonless, there's no light, another lonely day is ending.
When you think about it, the worst thing would be not having each other. You know what I mean? It never gets easier. Never gets easier.
The warmth of a smile that stays for a while. The face of a friend that won't leave.
Here we go. Oh, look at how cute this art is. The hug, though. The hug.
I heard a song once. It posed this point of view that wishes made on stars are likely to come.
That's such a Penny thing too, to be like, I heard this in a song, like just learning about things from. I honestly think the worst fate she could have thought of would not have been what happened to her. It would have been not getting to know RWBY, not getting to have these experiences. Oh. Excuse me. Swallowed wrong. Finally felt alive, because let me tell you guys, she was always real. She was always a real girl. She was more real than a lot of others, if you ask me. I miss her so much. You know what's funny? I didn't even realize the first time I reacted to this. Aww. That was actually a line she said, that like we're gonna paint our nails, talk about cute boys. Like way back, volume 1. Was it volume 1? Right. She guys, she gave it all to make sure that we were alright. She's never just a machine. It was all the feels, alright, guys. Good Lord. Oh. I love the artwork, too. I gotta tell you guys, I honestly feel that as awful as what happened, as awful as it was, I could see that. Combat ready. Aww. Right. She was so fulfilled.
Humanity, it came with sacrifice.
Right.
A pact to shield you from the wicked, even if I can't live for real. It was worth it.
Oh, it was worth it to know you. I was gonna say, I feel like to her the worst thing would have been not getting to know Ruby, not having that friendship. She lived so much, even in that short time. It's like I miss her so much, but I can take a little bit of comfort in knowing that. Oops, it's gonna try to play the next song. Oh, let me just get through the ad first, actually. That'll make it easier when we jump into the next one. Oops, now it is trying to play the next one. All right. Oh, guys, I definitely feel like I'm in a place where, like, it'll always make me sad, but I'm in a place where I can, like, not be just completely destroyed by hearing the song. I have not listened to it since when I reacted to it the first time. And there's a reason for that. It's because it just... they do such a good job of capturing all the feels. And they do it so well that it's just... it brings up... even just, like, watching... like, rewatching certain scenes now that I'm past the volume, like, watching... scenes and like other reactions and stuff like that, other people's reactions, it's just it just still hurts so much. But I feel like at a point where like I like the first time I reacted to that, I feel like I can actually really focus a little bit more on the lyrics now, because the first time I was just like I was utterly destroyed. It'll always be sad. It's always going to hurt. It's never going to stop hurting. And I miss her so much. And it's just not going to be the same without her. To think of how the way she died was there was something so shocking and brutal about it. Yet at the same time, her getting to have the control of the situation with giving Winter the power and everything, it's the only comfort I can take in it is just knowing that, like, really seriously to her, it was worth it to her to be able to help people who meant so much to her. But I think at that point, did she not even know if like Ruby and all of them were alive or not? I think they probably assumed that all of them were just gone. So I hope that somewhere she knows now that I don't know where they are or where they landed, but that they're alive. They are alive. They've got to be alive. They wouldn't kill everyone off. But all right, let's read the let's read the notes for this one. Okay, it's Penny's point of view, rehearsing her own life story, what her wishes were, and telling the others after her fate. She has no regrets about any choices she made in life, despite how short it was after her rebirth. One fun note is the line, "We'll paint our nails, try on clothes, talk about cute boys," which is the line Penny used in Volume 1. I actually did notice that on the second viewing here. After being befriended by Ruby, completely oblivious to the irony that Weiss used it sarcastically against Ruby when the Red Hood was trying to befriend her after their first volatile encounter. The song seems particularly directed to Ruby being Penny's first friend, who didn't treat her as an object, but rather a person. You've already pretty much covered this in a different reaction I have. So there's a whole lot to add that hasn't been discussed already. Yes, I think that perfectly sums it up. The line was really cute too, and I love that, like, it was just, the sarcasm was just lost on her. And I even love, like the lyric, I heard in a song once, it's just, it reminds me so much of Penny and the way that she would, she's using everything around her to, like, learn about what life is. Yet she didn't really know, I feel like, until she had the friendship that she had with Ruby. It never gets easier, guys. Never gets easier. It's always gonna be sad. Even if they brought her back, I'd still be sad. I don't know if they would bring her back at this point. The most I think I could probably see them doing at this point is I know there have been some theories that like about spirit forms or something like that we'll get to see at some point, but I won't go into that too much in case I you know how I feel about spoilers, so I won't. But okay, last song on the soundtrack, guys. This has been such a good one. All right, let's jump into it. It's called, and this is the one by OK Goodnight, which is Casey's band. All right, let's check it out. Awake. Whoa, the synthesizer though. Oh, I love that. Oh my god. Do they use synthesizers a lot in their music? Nice. I'm loving the synthesizer. It has such a like progressive rock vibe to it. Ooh, it sounds very like sci-fi-ish. And now we're into it. I love the like hard driving beat. I can't remember if I remember this one or not from the show. Maybe I will once we get into like the chorus and everything. Wow. Oh, yes. I'm loving how hard hitting it is. You can really feel it like in that like bass drum. You can really feel that. Her voice. I might remember this one from the show. I can't remember what was played though. It's interesting to hear her sing lyrics that aren't like that are by another band. Oh, I love that lyric. Nice. Whoa. Wow. I gotta say, like, it does have like a different vibe, I think. It's interesting to hear like Casey's voice in a different song, you know what I mean? The lyrics are really good too, like they're very hard hitting. Listen to this. Whoa, no kidding. Oh, that's a good line. I like that. Oh, the embers kind of remind me of. That feels like a cinder line maybe to me. Sinking into the shrine of me. I'm loving the guitar in here too. That's a strong lyric. Whoa, I like the way that was done there in the song, in the video. It's a very like, it feels very like it's not quite heavy metalish, but it definitely like you could hear that. Oh, it does. It feels a lot like. Oh. Did you hear her like belt that out? That was so powerful. Wow. That line, that like went straight to my heart right there. Wow. It does kind of feel very like alt rock almost, kind of. The guitar is really good. And Casey is just like, oh my gosh, she's always amazing. Just hearing her like belt it out, like the emotion of any particular line. To think that this started with like the synthesizers. Now we're going kind of softer. Love it. So I'll be curious to know like exactly what this song is pertaining to. Oh, I could just like feel the like during that line awake, like this, whatever that means. Her range is amazing. Her range is just unbelievable. All right, guys, that was the last one. Hang on, it's gonna try to play something else now. Oh man, let's get us some notes on that because I'd be really curious to know more about that song. This is a song from Casey's band Okay Good Night that was inserted into the soundtrack because it fit with the scene. It plays in Chapter 6 during Cinder's fatal battle with Rhodes, the person who trained her to fight, right? The song itself is not designed with the show in mind, and it is a standalone single that an opportunity was given for it to be featured in the show. So it was not written for the show, but it does. I gotta say that one line about like the embers and everything, I'm like, oh, that is a Cinder line right there. Like I was getting total Cinder vibes. So it fits perfectly. I thought it sounded like a little familiar, but I could not place it where it played. But wow, it's perfect for that. And it's such a like, it's not, I don't know exactly what genre you would call this. It's not heavy metal, but it's kind of like that, like very heavy feeling sort of alt rock that I remember being really big in like some of the earlier 2000s. Like it definitely has like that kind of vibe to me. I could probably take this off now, huh? My hair is going to be really crazy. Nobody look. My hair is going to be crazy. Oh, it's crazy. I should have just left them on. You weren't looking, right? Nobody looked at that? Okay, good. Oh, guys. Oh, that was such a great soundtrack. I think it just very perfectly summed up so many of like the major emotional points about the show. It's hard to pick a favorite. It honestly is. And it really all depends on like what, like, I usually have favorites for like what was the best happy song, what was the best sad song, what was the best this song and that song. And I gotta say the one that stands out to me so much is Friend. I think that's the one that hit me the deepest. It always will hit me to some degree. It was definitely a little bit easier to just actually like process the lyrics this time instead of just breaking down and being a mess the entire time. Like the first couple times I heard it, when I heard it in the credits, when I reacted to it, like the standalone reaction. But wow, guys, I think that one stands out the most to me. And other ones that I thought they were all really good, but I know that's kind of like a nothing answer. I think that For Every Life and The Sky Is Falling are almost like companion pieces. Like I could see The Sky Is Falling being like For Every Life Part 2. And I really like them both for like getting you set on edge and really just understanding that like this is our lowest point in this journey. Be Strong and Hit Stuff I really liked a lot as well. I like that this was the uplifting one, right? That was kind of like encouraging her, like, hey. And also I really got the vibes of like her encouraging Penny later on, kind of using her own experience to encourage Penny. I love that. And I love that just even on its own, it's just a very positive and uplifting song that like you could listen to in your daily life and feel encouraged, which I think a lot of the RWBY songs, like they are great songs for like just any song, but of course they always mean so much more because of the way that they highlight the journey that we go on throughout these episodes. But I love that one. That one was really, there weren't a lot of like, it's funny because I feel like in past volumes, there have been like some bouncy songs, and then they have like some angry songs, and they have like a sad song. This one I felt like there was a mix, but I'm definitely noticing, like, because of the, I think, direction of the volume, and just the volume in general, like there were not a ton of like happy silly moments in this one. And you could kind of see that mirrored in the songs. Like, we don't have like a bouncy, cutesy track on this one. But we have a lot that really highlight just how dark things got. Cinder, I feel like The Truth and the one by OK Goodnight were like Cinder songs. I know the one by OK Goodnight was not written specifically for the show, but it fits so well. I could see why they put it in there. And Treasure being just like a really sweet song, because again, and I said this at the beginning, I'll say it again, that at the end of the day, no matter how low we go here, no matter how many people we lose, no matter how much it hurts us, I just feel like there is this prevailing, relentless hope that this show brings. That, like, even if we lose people we love, like, I always kind of refer back to Ruby's letter from, what was it, volume 4? Where she crosses out the line of like, we're doing this because of everyone we lost, but not that, or not just that, but because of everyone we still have here that we can protect. And I love that we do have like some songs that really show us that, hey, you know, we lost a lot, we still have a lot. We still have a lot that we can keep fighting for. And, you know, we fight not just because, not only to honor the people we've lost, but because of protecting all the people who still need our help and all the people we still have here who we love, you know. So that was great, guys. Definitely, I think it did a good job of mirroring the tone of just like things being bleak, but not without leaving us with some appreciation for, honestly, the things that make life worth living. Having each other, having friendship, having love, romance, whatever. It really does just remind you that at the end of the day, Volume 9's coming, and there will, I know it's like, it just feels absolutely impossible to even get this out, but like, there will be good times again. We will get through this. No matter how unlikely it seems right now, no matter how trashed we are after Volume 8. And you know, I was pretty trashed after that one. So, all right, guys, what an amazing soundtrack. I'm so happy it finally came out. Again, just so grateful for Rooster Teeth, for Jeff, for Casey, for Sirs and Madams, for Tyler who put this together, for all of you watching. What a journey this has been. You know, I don't mean to exaggerate or sound silly here, but this show is just, I can see how its effects are just like really, like, it just gets in your heart, you know. It really is like, again, not to exaggerate, but like life-changing in a way. I just absolutely love it. I can't believe how much it has gotten into my heart, and I just adore it. And that's why I just keep, I just can't stop. Did I show you guys real quick before we go? I've never shown these because they live on my desk. We'll leave it on a nice note. How's that? They live on my desk and you can't see them in the videos, but I have gotten these sweet little friends, and I have so much in the background. I decided to put them on my desk. They're like right below the camera so I can see them when I'm working, and they make my life a little bit brighter. So, yeah, so my point in that was like, that's why I just can't stop like buying merch, because everything about the show is like in my heart now, even the bad stuff. And it's just a good reminder that like life isn't all good or all bad. It's always both. And I'll leave you with that. I'll leave you with my own little poetic lyric right there. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. I cannot wait for volume 9. Whenever it comes out, it's going to be amazing. For those of you who don't know, I am reacting to other Rooster Teeth shows. Go check out the schedule for that. All the details will be in the schedule in a more coherent way than me saying it. So go check the schedule. I'm doing other Rooster Teeth shows. I'm doing lots of other shows, like a lot of other shows. Ton of fun stuff right now. I will be bringing some extra RWBY content soon. I had to kind of put a pause on it because of the holidays and just because I want to actually like be bringing you shows too, and not have to like pause anything or put it on hold to be like looking up more extra stuff. I still have RWBY books that I'm going to be reading and reviewing when I get time, which I'm really excited about. And there will be other extra RWBY stuff. So, all right, guys, my tummy is growling. I really hope you can't hear it in the video, although you probably can't. So I'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time for whatever's coming next. New shows, Rooster Teeth shows, RWBY content. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.